So today what I got is a Sony portable Dictator executive model BM-15. This is a product made in Japan. I found this at Goodwill on one of my days out. It looked very well built and sturdy, and I've been wanting to have something like this just to kind of check it out and see how well it would perform. So today we're going to go ahead and fix it because it doesn't function quite right. The speaker does not work. The door has a broken tab there, so right approximately like right there. Okay. The door does close, but you have to kind of push it in, and there's a little bit of the door coming out because it's not pressurized to stay shut. The headphone jack, I think I only get one side that's giving me any sound, so we're gonna try to fix that. And the counter doesn't work, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get it to work today. And the audio on the belts, the audio that comes out of it when I put a tape in there has a lot of warble, so we're going to do a belt replacement as well. So we'll go ahead and get started with that now. All right, so I was able to take this quite easily off. There's only 2 screws there and 2 screws on the top of the case right there. So it's pretty easy to take off. As I opened it, I saw this speaker that we weren't getting any sound out of, and curiously enough, I pulled it out and it's not even plugged in. And I looked to see if there were any contacts in there where the speaker was supposed to be plugged into, and I do not see any contacts. So I'm assuming that someone opened this and probably disabled the sound coming out of the Sony little speaker there. So I might try to find out where those cables are and go ahead and reattach them so we can get some sound out of this. I also see the belt there, and the belt looks pretty old. Yeah, it's not even, there's no real tightness there. It's very loose. So I will probably go ahead and replace that as I try to figure out how I can get into these wheels here. So I have the task of trying to figure that out now. So after lifting the board up, I realized that there was another belt right underneath the board, and that's the board right there. And I got the belt out, so I'm gonna go ahead and find a replacement for that. All right, so I think I found a replacement. It's gonna be this one. It's just a little bit smaller than this, but I'm assuming that it'll probably have more tension, which is what we need. Not too much tension, but we're gonna go ahead and try to fit it in right now and see if I can get that in there. Okay, so we were able to get that new belt in here. As you can see, tension is right back on there, and it's turning smoothly. And I was also able to get this belt back on there. And now this one is working just fine. So we'll test these out. I mean, if it doesn't work, I can always take it apart again. So as you can see, the tape player is playing fine. Both motors are turning, and we even got our counter working now. Before, when I had picked up this recorder, it was not actually working. So now that I made the change in the belt, I can see that now you can see the counters working. Curiously though, I believe that the rewinding function does not work. I don't know why, but every time I try to push rewind, it won't rewind, so I don't know. So I'll take a look at it to see what might be the problem, but as far as I see, it should be rewinding. And that right there is not going to change it. So I have no idea why it won't rewind. So, but at least the play function. Oh, at least the play function is working. Let me see if I can Yeah, see, it won't. Pushing on the battery pack and it still won't fast forward or rewind. So I don't know why that won't function. But I'll take another look at it. Okay, so I kind of figured out what the suspect is. It's basically this wheel right here. I don't know if I can show it, but this wheel should be touching against this bigger wheel in order for it to start rewinding, and it's not doing it. I have no idea why. So I'm not an expert at this, but I at least got the belts changed out and I got the counter working now. So that'll just have to do. Now I'm gonna try to see what I can do about this speaker here, because it would be nice to get some sound out of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure that out and hopefully get some sound out of this. So it didn't take me very long to figure it out. I've seen that someone actually put some tape here, and these two cables here are the ones that are loose. So I suspect that those cables should be soldered onto this speaker here. So for whatever reason, whoever owned this previously had disabled the speaker so that we couldn't get any sound out of it. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna try to figure out which is which, to see which one is the positive and negative, and then hopefully we can get some sound out of the little speaker here. I have no reason why whoever owned this before detached them, but I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate that the speaker functions. So I have a tape playing right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it there. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and solder the cables back onto this speaker. That way the speaker functionality now works. So unfortunately, the earphones only half work. I was fiddling around with it, trying to see if I can get the jack to go in correctly. My only way of fixing this is to desolder the jack itself and see if I can install a different jack, which totally can be done. I mean, I don't see why not. And these probably sell the jacks online. It wouldn't be original anymore because I would have to remove the old jack and put in a new jack. I could also troubleshoot the jack once I detach it from where it's at. I don't see myself doing that today. I'll probably save that project for another time, because more than likely for me, I'll probably just try to replace the jack. But right now the task at hand will be to solder the speaker that came with this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. All right, so the speaker has been resoldered with its cables. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of tape just so that I don't get any shorts. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I got my band sound tape. Let's go ahead and pop that in and see what kind of sound we get. Gotta press that in a little bit more because that hinge is still broken. So that speaker sounds pretty good, actually. I mean, it's not gonna fill a room up, but I mean, if you have it on your desk and you're playing some music, I mean, this wouldn't be that bad to have. And unfortunately, it is a battery hog, but it doesn't sound too bad. All right, so what I have here is one of these Maisel professional industrial tapes that I talked about in one of my thrift store pickup. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this. All right, so let's see if we can get that tape out. It's a nice looking tape. I mean, it's nice and clear. 60-minute tape. Assembled in Mexico. No real date on the J card. That's fine. I could probably look that information up online. Okay, so on this attempt, we're going to go ahead and try to see if we can record something. So I'm going to go ahead and try to record myself. I'll go ahead and pop that out. Okay, so I'm assuming that here's the microphone, so I will. Okay, so I can press, I guess. Okay, I don't know if it's recording now, but I can see a light that's blinking there. So we'll go ahead and see if I can. All right, so that stops it. So let's see if I can record myself saying something. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, I don't think that this microphone functions very well anymore because the sound quality of the recording that I made with this external microphone is not very good. You can barely tell what I'm saying. It's very garbled. I'm not sure why, but let's go ahead and have a listen. So I'm not sure what the problem might be. I mean, it might need some caps fixed, or the microphone might need to be resoldered correctly. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna go ahead and try just with some headphones, and I'm gonna try to speak into the headphones using it as a microphone because it does have a mic output in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that right now. Okay, so I'm giving this another try. This is my voice with the microphone that I rigged up. Yeah, so unfortunately it just did not work. So I think as far as the recording function, it's not going to work on this tape recorder. So this is one of the situations where it's probably not a good idea to buy something this old for everyday use. Luckily, I mean, it's not a complete loss. I mean, you could play tapes in here, but the fact that we can't get it to rewind or fast forward, and the fact that it won't even record, probably because it needs a major overhaul of those capacitors, makes this not a very enticing thing to have, especially with the fact that it wastes about 4 batteries, AA batteries. So it's gonna eat up your batteries pretty quickly. I mean, it is workable, at least it's just as a tape player, because the sound is decent. And now we got this speaker hooked up again, so now we can actually hear some audio out of here. And it also sucks that we can't get anything out of that earphone jack. I have to wonder if the capacitor is the problem as to why none of these functions work correctly. You know, I mean, like I said, you know, luckily when I got this, it wasn't that expensive. I only spent maybe about $6 on it, which isn't bad. I mean, at least I got a tape player out of it and a Sony of that. So, but this is one of the situations where you might want to double think getting something that old, even though it looks like in decent shape. But I probably should have tested it before I got it. But I mean, it's not bad because at least now I have a tape player that I can just have around, and it doesn't warble anymore because it's got new belts. So at least it's got that going for it. I mean, it would be nice if the fast forward and rewind function worked, but But again, I guess it's a decent sound for something like this. So anyways, that is my video for today. Thank you for joining me again, and hope you enjoyed it. And unfortunately, I was not able to get much out of this other than it playing tapes really well. But other than that, I mean, it's not bad for $6. Thank you very much for joining me today, and have a wonderful day.